Hey guys, this is Jessica Gutierrez with Clean With Me podcast. This is a podcast where I walk you through cleaning your house step by step. So let's clean together. Hey guys, so I want to get right into it today, and I have been finding myself doing what my mom calls an outer area rescue about 50 times a day. I've been babysitting kids pretty often. I have my friend's 2 toddlers and then my 2 toddlers. So I find myself doing just a speed cleaning of the outer areas, which is like the kitchen, dining room, living area, entryway, all the places that you see when you first walk into the house. That's where we hang out. You may hang out in a different area of your home, but this will apply to whatever room you hang out in the most, that gets dirty the fastest, and the areas in your home that are first seen when you first walk in. Everybody's layout's different, but for me, I have a pretty small apartment, so my whole house, except for my bedroom, is seen when you first walk in. So it's a pretty small space I have to clean, so I find myself cleaning that same space over and over again. So let's get right into it. First things first, get yourself in the mood to clean. Get ready for the day. Do the little things that trick your mind into knowing that it's cleaning time. If you light a candle before you clean, if you get ready a little bit, maybe put on some comfortable clothes, put your hair up out of your face, stuff like that. I find that if I take a shower and get ready a little bit before my cleaning session, if you're doing like a grueling spring cleaning, obviously probably don't get ready to the nines if you're going to get all sweaty and gross. But if you're just doing, heading out the door or doing a speed clean, I like to get ready beforehand. Not completely ready, but just ready enough to make me productive. And you might not be the same as me. You might like doing your cleaning before you get ready, and that's fine. Everybody has different things. Just for me personally, I am completely unproductive, and I don't do a thing until I've gotten ready just a little bit. I don't know why, but I guess it's just my way of starting my day, and then I am productive after that if I feel better about myself. So let's get right to it. First things first, we're still going to do a little laundry switch, so let's go ahead and do that. Take the clothes out of the washer or the dryer if there is some, and then move the clothes from the washer to the dryer, or just start a new load. And if you're just not feeling laundry today and you're like, I really don't want to clean or fold clothes today, I'm not feeling it, just try to do like an easy load of towels or rags or cleaning rags, something easy, blankets, maybe your comforter or something. That way it's easy to put away and it's not a whole lengthy chore. But if you want to get some other laundry done, whatever you need to get done, you can throw that in at this time. And while you're doing that, I just wanted to say I've been super busy lately. I've been keeping myself busy, which means I've been doing a lot of hurried cleaning, running around the house, and just trying to put everything where it goes. And it's been making me think of the importance of keeping an organized system and having things easily accessible, like drawers and cupboards, and just, I stress this a lot, just to have plenty of spaces to put your things, because if everything is being shoved in one big drawer or one big cabinet and you're just stuffing everything together, it ends up being a cluster of just mess, and it gets you discouraged because you can't find anything. And then we find ourselves just stuffing more and more things into one place, and then it becomes even more clustery and just a mess. And that's what we're trying to avoid. We want to make our lives easier, not harder. So I've been adjusting some things in my house lately, and just be finishing up with that laundry switch. And when you're done with that, we'll move on to the kitchen. And when you move on to the kitchen, just do what you usually do. Put your clean dishes away, and we're going to do an empty reload and run. You want to empty your dishwasher or drying rack if your drying rack needs to be cleaned every once in a while, you get a little hard water buildup or something on your drying racks if you guys don't have dishwashers. So it's good to just rinse that off and clean that every once in a while. So be mindful of that. But do your typical unload of your dishes. Make room for those dirty dishes that we're going to clean, our breakfast mess, or whatever stage of the day we're in right now. We're going to go ahead and clean that mess up and do an empty and a thorough pre-rinsing. So while you guys are working on that, I'm going to continue my thoughts about organization, getting rid of stuff. So I often buy a lot of unnecessary things for my kids, and I've been trying to get better about getting rid of things. I'm kind of a hoarder when it comes to my kids' stuff. I don't like getting rid of stuff, especially toys and things like that. It just feels wasteful. Even if I'm donating it, it shouldn't feel like that, but I don't know. I just have a hard time letting go of things. So I tried something new this week, and I had my daughter do it. I told her, let's get rid of some of your toys, so because they're kind of overflowing out of your toy box again. Let's get rid of some stuff that is for babies, and let's give it to another kid that needs it. And my daughter asks 1,000 questions. She can't just let it be. Like, she has to know every detail of everything. So she's like, what kid is it going to? And I was like, it's just a kid. And she was like, no, what kid is it going to? So I was like, her name's Mary Lou. And she's like, oh, how old is Mary Lou? I'm like, she's 2. And she's like, oh, okay. So she's getting rid of toys. Would Mary Lou like this? Does Mary Lou like this? And I'm like, yeah, Mary Lou will love that. So that's how we got her to donate a lot of her toys, and she did really good. She got all of her baby stuff and old stuff and put it into baggies, some garbage bags, black garbage bags. And she was really excited to give them to Mary Lou over at the Goodwill. So that was a fun way to have her get rid of her things, and she was actually excited to do so. And I really didn't think it was going to work that well, but it did. So I was like, oh, well, that's a score. She got rid of things better than I probably would have, because I probably would have saved half the stuff she got rid of. And I was like, are you sure? Like, every time she'd get rid of something that I wasn't really sure. But it was all old stuff and stuff that needed to go anyway. So it was really productive. So that was a really great idea. If you guys are in the stage of life where you have young children, that's maybe something to think about, or even older kids. You can do the same thing with clothing. Not all kids hate that kind of stuff. Some kids, like my younger daughter, isn't really the organized type. I mean, she's still little, but very different personality than my older one. My older one likes to sort things and organize things, and so she enjoyed this activity a lot more than my younger one. And same thing with older kids. Some of them like doing organizational activities and stuff. So if you know your kid is into stuff like that, have them delegate and have them help get rid of their own stuff. It's sometimes it's a fun little bonding experience. I got to sit down with her and we had little conversations and got rid of toys. So for older or younger kids, that's a good idea. So we're just doing a quick speed clean. So when you guys are done doing your pre-rinse, I want you to start washing those dishes or loading your dishwasher. Let me tell you, having a dishwasher has changed my life. I hadn't had a dishwasher in so long. My dad's side of the family, on the other hand, they are more hand washers. They usually hand wash things right after they use them and stuff instead of loading up a dishwasher. So, but whatever you prefer, whatever gets you to clean the dishes. I personally hate the dishes. That's why I love the dishwasher. But some people love hand washing, and honestly, if you hand wash, it's a better way to clean as you go, because if you're doing a dishwasher, you're kind of letting a whole dishwashing load build up in your sink. But if you have a large family, one meal is a dishwashing load. But if you live alone, hand washing is probably better better situation for you so you can get more done in a short amount of time. Or if you have a very small family, maybe it's just 2 of you, 3 of you, what have you. So, everybody's different. Everybody's household's different. All that to say this, I'm loving the dishwasher. It's been helping me keep up with the dishes a lot more. So go ahead and quickly do that, and then we're going to do what we usually do and throw away all the trash in our kitchen, dining room area, and we're going to get wiped down happy and just quickly wipe everything down. We're trying to get out the door, or we're trying to get on with our day. We're just doing a quick little cleanup, rescue, whole house rescue, or outer area rescue. Okay, so just be finishing up those dishes, and while you guys are doing the dishes, another thing that I've been struggling with again is keeping my car clean. I've been finding it going back to how it used to be. I was really good about it for a while, and then I just totally backslid, and my car has been just a black hole of clothes and just miscellaneous junk that I am not taking out of my car. So I decided something needed to change, and these are the things that I've been doing car-wise, and just be finishing up those dishes while I talk. So with the car, every time I bring something into the car, I remember what I brought into the car, what my kids brought into the car, if they brought a toy, if they brought a bag with them, and I make it a point to take that thing out of my car when we get back home. Otherwise, it'll stay there and it'll find a new home in my car and it'll live there forever. So I've been trying to make a point of that. And trash, I keep a little trash bag, whether it's a Walmart bag or a Target bag or whatever. I keep that next to me and I put my trash in there because I do eat my car quite often. Obviously, ideally, probably don't eat in your car. It's probably an easier way to keep it clean, but I am on the go a lot, so I'm bad about that. So I try to put my kids' trash and my trash into the trash bag and then throw it out when we get home. And the key here is every time you get to your destination, to a gas station, because they have little trash cans at gas stations, so when I pump my gas, I try to throw away any trash that I have in the trash bag. And if the trash bag's not disgusting, I'll keep the trash bag or get a new one. And then, like I said, when I get home, I make it a point to bring everything back in. That way I don't just have piles and piles of clothes and just miscellaneous stuff with me. And if I know I'm going on a outing where I'm going to eat in the car, sometimes I will grab my little hand vac and I will bring that with me so I can vacuum up the kids' crumbs, because they do make a big mess in the back seat when they eat. And also, one more thing before we move on in the kitchen is I like using seat covers 100% because my kids spill and everything. Okay, so I just wanted to get that little blurb about the car in there because it's something I've been struggling with. But let's go ahead and get wiped down crazy on our kitchens. I want you to wipe everything down, throw away all trash, get everything out of the way, and wipe down everything. Do your microwave, inside of your microwave, all of the surfaces. If you see any splatters on your cabinets, get those. Wipe the handles of your refrigerator. Just do a quick wipe down, get everything off of the countertops, because at the end of this episode we're going to do a quick sweep or vacuum of the house. I'll remind you to do that at the end of the episode. So let's just go ahead and just sweep everything on the floor, all the little crumbs and whatnot, if you can't catch it into the Clorox wipe or rag, because we're going to do a floor clean right after, so no worries there. And just throw away trash. If anything's out of place, go ahead and put it away in a cabinet. If you need to put things in another room, you can do that. We're just doing a quick speed clean of the kitchen. And once you're done with the kitchen, we're going to keep that same momentum and we're going to do the outer area. Same thing. If a rug's out of place, we're going to fix it. If there's toys on the floor, we're going to throw it in the toy box. If pillows are out of place, we're going to fix them. We're not going to do any deep cleaning right now. We're just going to pick up everything that we see and just quickly put it away where it goes. Something needs to go away in another room, we're going to do that quickly. If chairs are out of place, we're going to move that. If you have a hot spot on a coffee table or a countertop that needs to be organized, we're just going to quickly put that stuff away where it goes. Just because we're on a time crunch doesn't mean we're going to leave things. We're going to put everything away and make our outer areas look spick and span before we leave. That way we can feel good about ourselves and about our house when we get back from wherever we're going. It's always nice to come back to a clean house. For me, it makes me more and more depressed. It's a vicious cycle, because when you're sad and down, we don't want to clean. And then being in a dirty house makes us more sad and depressed. So it's a vicious cycle. We just have to get up and force ourselves to. And I know that's easier said than done. I've been at low points where I do really bad with housekeeping. So I completely understand. But that's what I'm here for. I'm just here to try to motivate you guys. So we're just going to keep the same momentum, pick up everything we can, put away everything we can. Do that quick straightening of the house. If you can, make your bed as well. That way it just, a bed is a big portion of your room. So I know this is an outer areas rescue, but it really does make just your whole bedroom feel a little tidier and better if you make your bed. I always feel better about my room and stuff when my bed's made, so I like to make my bed really quickly before I leave the house, and I just feel really accomplished. I don't know why. Just making my bed in the morning makes me feel like I'm doing something. It just really does. It makes me feel better when I come back to a made bed. So I do that quickly before I leave, and this is an ideal day. I am not perfect, y'all. I'm far from it. I am not the best housekeeper by far. That is why I do this podcast, to help myself stay motivated, and I struggle with a lot of these same things. I struggle with keeping my house clean, my car clean, etc. We all have completely different trials and problems and things that keep us from keeping our house clean, and I totally understand that. So but we just have to keep motivating each other and keep each other. Okay, so to finish things up, after we've picked up everything and cleared surfaces and just done let's do the little finishing touches, like fix our little pillows, our throw pillows, rugs, blinds, what have you, blow out our candle if we're getting ready to go to work or go somewhere, run errands, whatever it is you have to do today. And we're gonna do a quick wipe down of any surfaces in the living area, whether that's your dining room table, your chairs, high chairs, maybe you have a TV stand or doorknobs or just little splatters, anything that you missed. Maybe you need to take out the trash quickly before we go. Maybe you need to feed pets before we go, clean a litter box, anything like that. And then after I sign off here, don't forget to do a outer area sweep and vacuum if you have carpet, or just a quick sweep. Maybe a Swiffer if you have time for that. If not, just a sweep to get all the little crumbs that we brushed off onto the floor. And if you have even more time, you can get your hand vacuum and just quickly vacuum a couple little areas in your house, like your couch or something like that, if you have time. And if your washer and dryer are done, you can do that and do a switch before you leave the house. If it's done, if not, just wait a few minutes, and don't forget about your laundry. And I was gonna do a full hour episode today. I might do one tomorrow, but this is just something that I have been needing, just a quick outer area. I like to do these every so often because, like I said, I do an outer area rescue cleaning of my house probably like 10 times a day. It's something I do quickly before I leave the house in the morning, if at all possible, or before I leave the house in the evenings. I like to or before bed. I like to do a little straightening before bed too, so I'm waking up to a clean house when I'm getting the kids ready. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening to me Before we go, check out our website, cleanwithmepodcast.com. And also, if you would like to financially support the podcast and keep it going, I will link my Patreon in the description. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you got something done today. I hope you were able to get your outer areas clean. Don't forget the tips I gave you about the car. I'm going to try to follow my own advice, and really, that's my goal for the week, is to keep my car cleaned. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great day and happy cleaning.